Hey guys, seventh game for today, December 23rd, 2022 NBA Game Day. This is the battle between Toronto Raptors and Cleveland Cavaliers. The game will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be 8:30 a.m. here in Manila. And I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. And by the way, the spread given is minus 4.5, and that's actually given towards the home team, Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, let's take a quick look at the standings and the rankings of both teams. Starting off with Cleveland Cavaliers, they are at number 3 in the East. And they have a very wonderful record of 22 wins and 11 losses. While for Toronto Raptors, they're trying to position themselves into a decent spot in the Eastern rankings. They are at number 10 currently, with a record of 14 wins and 18 losses. All right, so let's try to break this down. Cleveland Cavaliers, they would have the home court advantage on this. In terms of fatigue, both teams had their rest last night. In terms of momentum, well, both teams are coming off wins, but we have to give it to Cleveland Cavaliers because, man, they are on a roll. They are on a 5-game winning streak, and for their last 10 games, they have actually won 7. Again, 7 out of their last 10. Although we can't discard that win that Toronto had because that was the win that snapped their long losing streak. And again, just like what I said in the other videos, normally those types of wins wake the monster up in that particular team. So let's take a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams. For Toronto Raptors, Achua and Otto Porter Jr. are still out, while we have Birch and Garrett Trent Jr. questionable for this game. So 2 players out, 2 players questionable for Toronto, while for Cleveland Cavaliers, hold up, I see 3 players out for Cleveland: Rubio, Dean Wade, and Windler, and we have Lamar Stevens and Evan Mobley listed as questionable. For Mobley, it's actually soreness of his knee, so we can't really tell. All right, so 3 players out and 2 questionable for Cleveland Cavaliers. By the looks of it, Toronto Raptors, they got a very slight advantage as they only have 4 names listed down here. Okay, this is gonna be tough because if you take a look at the record, Toronto Raptors, they are actually up against Cleveland Cavaliers whenever these 2 teams meet. Normally, and historically, Toronto Raptors highly likely will win. But then again, if you take a look at how they are now, Cleveland Cavaliers, man, they are in a roll. This is like what I said. They've won 5 straight. They've won 7 out of their last 10, and they are at home. Cleveland Cavaliers, they are one of the best, if not the best, right now in the NBA in playing at home. And for Toronto Raptors, they have just finished or snapped themselves out of that long losing streak. I guess I don't know, like seven losses, and they finally got out of it by defeating New York Knicks. And Siakam really had to be like crazy to do that. And of course, a lot of people would say that, hey, you know what? I doubt that Pascal Siakam can actually do or replicate such performance in here in Cleveland, which is something that is correct. I don't think Siakam would actually be able to replicate that. Um, but I don't know. There's just something about Toronto Raptors whenever they go up against Cleveland Cavaliers. Um, they know how to play Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cleveland Cavaliers, not sure about Mobley's status, whether he would be playing or not. But regardless, if ever he would be playing, that means that he ain't at 100%. If it's knee, man, it's one of those crazy things that you don't want to have if you're a player or if you're an athlete. So if ever he would be playing, his minutes might be limited, or again, he's not the usual Mobley that that everyone expects. Um, but it's just this is just too much. I mean, this is just too hard because again, Cleveland Cavaliers, they're playing almost perfect basketball whenever they are at home. I think Cleveland will win this game, but I think with a spread of 4.5 or 4, I'm gonna side with Toronto Raptors in here, man. Toronto Raptors. That's how Toronto knows how to play Cleveland, but that's how superior Cleveland is right now. They will win the game, but it will be Toronto Raptors who would cover the spread of plus 4.5 rather. Okay, so my pick on this one would be Toronto with the plus 4.5 on it. Maybe if Mobley is healthy and there's no other issues like uh, uh, um, game time decision and all that shit, I would have flat out sided with Cleveland Cavaliers, but because of that issue with Mobley, and we know how important Mobley is for Cleveland, and hence that made me decide to pick Toronto with the plus 4.5 on it. Again, my pick would be Toronto plus 4.5. Peace out, pass I love, and God bless.